Oh, is everyone okay?
All good, thanks.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Feels like a long time ago I'd done this.
Bore da, croeso I gynhadledd Pêl-droed Cymru, y tro cyntaf i ni gynnal cynhadledd yn y swyddfeydd newydd yn ystafell Wednesday 1876 sydd yn cyfnogdy sefydliad gymdeithas yn Wrexham 100 o flynyddoedd yn ôl I flwyddyn nesaf. Welcome to the press conference. The first time we've held it in this particular building, the new building here at the FAW, named the Wednesday 1876 room, which of course recognises the fact that the FAW was founded Wednesday Arms in Wrexham 150 years ago next year. Press conference obviously looking ahead to the Kazakhstan game in the World Cup and the friendly against Canada at Swansea. So we'll take about 4 questions each, and then we'll do the written press, and then we'll break out for the individual interviews after with Craig. So who wants to go first? Dav or Geraint? Have you tossed the coin? It's you again this year. Okay, Geraint, thanks.
Hey, Craig, good to see you again.
I know.
As you just said there, it's been a while, a long summer. Season's only just got going, but it's at full speed. In terms of your squad, just on a couple of players, a number of players who aren't there. There's injuries as well, but also, can I start with Aaron Ramsey in terms of why he hasn't been selected in this squad, the reasons behind it, and your thoughts, obviously, on how he's going to manage himself playing in Mexico now, because we haven't had a chance to speak to you since, obviously, he's moved to Mexico.
Yeah, he hasn't played enough football over a period. It would be not fair to call him travel all the distance, time difference, then travel again to Kazakhstan, time difference, and expect him to play any type of part in that after being out for so long. And with the injury, especially with the hamstring, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be responsible from us to be able to do that or expect anything from him. I speak to Aaron quite a lot, and the idea with him is just get your minutes, get training, get back to just playing football. So if he's available and he's had a lot of minutes, and that comes from training and all that as well, and the consistent basis of being involved in football, then we'll look at it again in October.
Ethan is always going to be a big miss for you, given his stature within Leeds United, but also with Wales as well. Was there any chance that he could have been selected with the knee knock he's picked up, and also any other injuries that may have come to the fore in the last day or two?
No, it was the day after the Everton game. After the scan, it was sort of clear that he wasn't going to be available for this game. Hopefully, in October he will be. I think Ethan also needs to be playing games as well when he comes. So that might give him a little bit of time, but that's going to be left. It take whatever it takes. It's been a bit of a shame with Ethan, to be honest, because I think I've only had him for 4 games. And also in his position, it's an area, we have 1 or 2 areas that we don't have depth, which we need to. We want to be an international team, you need to have depth. So we need to be producing, we can't produce them, but we need to have an eye on who's the next one in that area, who's this one. And it really has to be a thought process into that, because when even we lose someone like Ethan, of course, not just with his quality, the numbers that come underneath him need to be there as well. To be a strong nation, to be qualifying, to be having an effect in tournaments, you need that. That area we are light. Like I said, there's still 1 or 2 other areas we need to. Our squad planning really needs to move better. We need to expose players younger now, because we always have to think of the next generation. It's not my role here for the team I have now. Is what's the team next time looking like? Who's the next manager coming in? What does he have? What are players have been exposed for him? So we stay healthy, and so that's been a juggling act a little bit with Ethan. Of course, his quality, like we've seen in the Leeds game against Everton in the 6th role, was brilliant. His intensity was brilliant. But the more he plays in the Premier League in that position, the benefit he's going to definitely give Wales. But things like this with injuries, because he's always been very consistent playing for Wales, even from a young age, he's always been available. But just in my time, I've not quite had him. But we adjust. It's always the same. It's we've had one or Shees has come in who I really, really like as a footballer. Type of opposition, who you play against, who fits. So we adjust and we adapt.
Just quickly, on any other injury concerns? I'm not sure. Did Harry come off the other day? Any other injury worries for you?
We'll see on Harry. We'll see. Yeah, it's too early to talk about. Spoke to him already. Trust me, I go on panic mode straight away. Then I calm down. Tonight I'm good. We have to wait and see on that. But it seems quite positive. I'm trying to. Yeah, he looks okay at the moment.
Just on the game, the logistics of Kazakhstan, a couple of things. We're only just into the new season. Everything's happening at breakneck speed as well. The logistics of a game away in Kazakhstan, the challenges, the difficulties of that, but also just playing what is a massive game for you and Wales when the season's barely got going and players are here, there and everywhere. You're picking up little knocks here, then everywhere. The timing of a game like this, the challenges it poses you.
Has it ever been any different?
No, but it's always been.
We know the games,
yeah.
We know where they are, we know what we're up against. Every nation's the same. We know this. There is no excuses. You want to qualify for a major tournament? This is a difficult trip. So it should be. And then if we can get the result we're looking for, then it gives us a good opportunity to keep progressing. But at the same time, we knew this trip was coming. Been preparing for this. Now, if this would have been this time last year in my first game, then it's a really difficult one because we play Thursday training. Maybe we might get 1.5 training sessions leading into this. 8-hour flight, 4-hour difference, playing on AstroTurf, But I'm excited about that because if we want to go to a major tournament now, if we want to play Mexico, America, Canada, now this is what's going to be asked of us. There's going to be quick turnarounds. There's going to be long flights, different time zones, weather changes. Now, all I see is this as preparation that if we want to go to a major tournament and have an impact in a major tournament, we have to do this type of stuff all the time. And we have to be comfortable with it. What we might see as uncomfortable, what we might see, like the question you asked then, Geraint, is I completely understand, but we have to be comfortable with it. This is fine. We want to qualify, we have to deal with this. So there is no excuses. We know how difficult it could be, of course. We've just seen with Celtic as well. But at the same time, I'm excited with it as well. We're okay. No, but we've had enough. We've had enough training sessions. We've had enough meetings. Whatever we need to adapt to in the game, we'll be able to adapt because we've had that period together. I would be concerned if it was our first game. I'm not going to lie to you on that. But I'm not concerned about how we're able to adapt in the game and what we're able to need to be able to get the result we want to in this. And then the mentality of the travel conditions, deal with it because this is what we have to do to be able to qualify. There's no excuses.
Just on the selection of a number of Wrexham players, that hasn't been said in quite a while. How does
many can do, huh?
Yeah. How though does a strong Welsh club side practically affect you, and how can it help you?
No, it always helps. Of course, the more Welsh players then can be together. There isn't similarities to how I play and to how we play with Wales to how Wrexham play. They're two different ways, and there's no right or wrong way with this. But with, for instance, with Kiefer, the way Wrexham play will definitely suit Kiefer, and I feel when I've watched him as well with Wrexham, you can see that. Now Brody, it'd be nice for him to get a consistent run of playing week in, week out, and to me, with the fee Wrexham paid, looks like he will get that. So yeah, that leaves me excited with Brody because I believe there's a really good footballer there. He has the benchmarks, especially with intensity, to really flourish there. So yeah, and with Wardy, game time as well, which is great. And Wardy's worked hard to get to where he has as well. He had a tricky spell last year, came through it mentally as well. So I'm delighted to see him playing for Wrexham as well as his club. But yeah, it's just the journey of Wrexham. I think we're all captivated by it, and it's been amazing for Welsh football. And hopefully in a number of years as well, we'll see young players coming through that. And surely, whether it's Swansea, Newport, Cardiff, Wrexham, the better they do, then the better chance we have of being a stronger nation in football. So, always positive. Thank you, mate.
Thanks, David.
Hi, Craig. Just building on that point, talking about the clubs and how that can influence Wales, perhaps in a different way to previous years. Cardiff are playing a system a little bit more like yours, certainly compared to previous coaches there, and two young players uncapped, Dylan Lawler and Ronan Capaccio included, as they have been before. Could you tell us about their start to the season and the young players coming through and how that might help you in the future?
Oh, it's going to help. Look, Cardiff have always had very good youngsters. Now, having potential to being able to break through into the first team, then you need everyone to be involved in that. Maybe in the Championship, maybe it's been the manager's been quite reluctant, maybe because of the turnover of managers in such a quick succession, haven't felt comfortable with that. New manager this season, there are similarities, there are similar sort of habits that we look for, especially with wide men pockets, and then playing the young players, maybe due to financial reasons. I don't quite know. I'm like you. I watch it from the outside as well. But seeing, I don't know, with the likes of Ronan and I think of Dylan, I think they were going to get in anyway, no matter what. I think that's their talent. But they're playing men's football. When I see Dylan, you see the first few games, you see him getting moved. Has all the habit, he's brilliant with the ball, but the real defending of using your body. What he get exposed to now will teach him and help him so much. And I think we've seen it grow in the last couple of games. I believe he's going to be an immense player for Wales in a number of years. That's why I feel the importance of bringing him with us right now. And Ronan, we've spoken about Ronan before. It's like he's played there for years. But these are young players playing men's football. And there's a difference. There's a difference from playing 21s, 18s, and it's a different world. It's a different world, and they're getting exposed to it. So, Kean Ashford as well, Ruben, George. The more we get, and that's even from other clubs, it's going to benefit us. We're fast tracking them into senior football, and we're going to get the benefit of that, which hasn't been the case. But also, what I do like, and I have seen the difference, is intensity. Now, of course, League One is very, very different to the Championship. I'm not misguided by that. It's clearly, when I look at the numbers, there's a huge drop-off. So some players will look a lot better than what they would do with higher intensity in the Championship, because it is higher, and the Premier League jumps up another level again. But yeah, for me, for young players, is a good starting point. And I feel they just grow and get better. So that's a huge help for us. But it's not their job to help us, you know that. But it is. It's for me, it's I do look and I'm like, that's great. That's great. That's gonna help our nation.
And one Cardiff player who often gets talked about at these squad announcements, who's not in, is Ruben Colwill. He has been playing well. I know we've talked about him at length in the past, but
yeah, we seem to do it a lot, huh?
Yeah.
No one asked me about any other player.
I guess it's a little more justified the way he's been playing albeit, like you said, there are differences in levels.
The differences in levels.
Is that what counting against him? The fact that he's in League One. What do you want to see from him before he?
No, I have to be honest. He was very close. He was very close. I've been, and his brother as well. By the way, I've been impressed by the both of them. But I just want to see it more. I want that consistency, and I'm sure it's going to come. I've enjoyed it. I have to be honest. It's like a reboot, and it needed it. And it's like you'll know way more than me, because you'll probably watch them way more than me. But I feel that, hopefully in the next month or so. But it's a question we speak about before, and we know it's going to get asked, and it's different. But I'm quite used to it. A person I really like, and I'm enjoying seeing what I'm seeing at the moment. But I want to see it continue as well.
Sure. Just in terms of the group in a more general context, because when we were last together after the Belgium game, everyone was naturally caught up in the drama of the game. Now things have settled down. Halfway point for you. What do you make of this qualifying campaign so far, and how do you kind of see the state of play for you and Belgium and North Macedonia in particular?
Yeah, no, I thought with North Macedonia and Kazakhstan they were going to be similar. It was going to be one of them might get one or two results to come in between ourselves and Belgium. Now, their results against Kazakhstan was a good result, because we played Belgium at the same time, and I did look and I was like, that's not a bad win, because I was unsure if that would be possible. Then I watched the game back. Kazakhstan were a better team by a mile. So then I'm like, we got to go there. It's a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. I see Belgium and ourselves, what I've seen from the group so far. We're the two standout ones, but the others have fight. The others are very defensive, deep blocks, and do have one or two threats on the counter attack as well. So I feel there's a lot of football in this group left. There's a lot of points that can be shared round, but also we want to win every single game from here on then. Whether it be possible, I hope so. It's where it is, where I thought it was going to be. I think once we've seen the group and we've seen North Macedonia's results, especially at their grounds over the last number of years, they've had real healthy results there. Now travelling hasn't been that great for them. Now we see with Kazakhstan, we also know the travel, everything, the difficulties that come with that. Them picking up results away from home hasn't been great, which we've sort of seen in this group so far. And we know Belgium. And the Belgium game was, it feels like it was a long, long time ago. But it was, it was good. And I think we both felt coming away from that. There's still a bit of football in this group.
And just finally on Kazakhstan specifically, I probably speak for most of us in this room and those who follow football in Wales and the UK. Much as we love the sport, I don't think we know much about Kazakh football, but then we see that draw against Celtic and then knocking them out. What can you tell us about Kazakhstan, the national team, and what can you expect from them as a footballing challenge away from the logistics?
No, they're athletic, stubborn. I quite enjoyed them when we played them here. Their discipline of working for each other, because there were so many times we broke the line, but so many times they were able to get back. And there was times where it was difficult for them, but I felt their heart. They made it really hard, and I thought that was going to be the case beforehand. But we pinpoint one or two players that we thought we would maybe take the legs off them, but they got back. And I have to, even when I watched the game back, I was like, I love that mentality. So I have a lot of respect for them. I see them defending deep, even at home. I don't see too much of a change. So how we commit with the ball is going to be very important. There's a different type of tempo. We can't go running at full speed. It's entice, and then play. I don't see that changing too much. But, yeah, now they've got a team playing in Champions League. Azerbaijan have a team in Champions League. Don't underestimate it. Like, what it's going to do for these nations is huge. It's huge. We don't have any players playing in Champions League football. Kazakhstan are going to have 3 or 4. What it's going to give them in the future, and same as Azerbaijan, like, these countries become a big threat to us now. A serious look at it. Because they're going to get exposed to football. That's the best. Don't underestimate it. I know I'd love to sit here and tell you international football's the best. Champions League is. That's like the top. You can't match it with intensity. You can't match it with quality. The best of the best playing against each other. And Kazakhstan have players playing in that now who are going to be exposed to it. So it's great we have them right now than in 4 or 5 months' time. Because I feel their players are going to improve from it. Thank you.
Lawrence, do you want to go?
Hiya, Craig. Just start with Sorba Thomas, if that's okay. He's made a real impact at Stoke. Watched him at the weekend against Southampton. He was terrific. He's become a mainstay for you as well. What's he done in the last 12 months? What's changed for him that's kind of got him back to this point?
I don't know, because I didn't have him before that. I wasn't his manager. I couldn't tell you as the person before that because I didn't know him. So I couldn't really tell you a change. All I can tell you is what I've seen. His mentality towards training, is like we call it, like coachability. You have to tell him once, he's there. Like I just seen a real hungry, determined footballer, and shows it on the pitch. When we talk about the intensity and reaching the markers we want, he's able to do that. He's able to hit that, and I don't know, maybe the way we play sort of suits him. I see him as a winger. I don't see him as a forward. I don't see him as a wing back. I see him as an out-and-out winger. My habits, my messaging towards winger 1v1, don't come back. Go at him. And he doesn't need, I think, like even to me, like when he's 1v1, he goes at you. And like if you're a fullback, difficult to play against. Ball on the other side, make sure you're on the back post. Work back for the team. So all these parts, like the ball goes over, first 3 yards, got to get back in. Like he does naturally. Maybe those habits of playing in different positions before has helped him with that. But I believe he is a winger. Let him be a winger. And with all the intensity he's able to bring to the game, he's just a huge threat then. And also he's a huge benefit to the team. That's what I've seen. I've got to be honest, in every game he's had an impact. And even when, like, of course, we have one of our coaches went to Stoke last year, and they were talking about trying to buy him, and it's like, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised because I'm not even surprised at what he's doing now. I think he's just, even Stoke, they know what they're getting, they know what they've got. They're using him in an area where he hasn't probably been used in the last number of years, and sometimes the game is quite simple. I think we complicate, we try and fix, or maybe that player goes in it, but it doesn't suit them. Play them where they should be playing. Playing where you're going to get the most benefit out of them. And I feel probably over the last year and a bit, because when he was playing at Nantes, he was playing wing back, so his numbers are not going to be as what we would get. But at Stoke, I'm not surprised because they're playing the kid in a position that he's really dangerous at.
Okay.
And top mentality as well. That's what I've really strong.
Thanks, Lawrence. Any more? Or okay, diolch yn fawr, thank you. We can break out for written press in this room first of all, about 20 minutes, and then we'll do the individual interviews in the separate rooms outside after. Thank you, diolch yn fawr, thank you. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Stay here?